It's so weird that I feel weird right now. I haven't felt weird in front of a camera in years. But I'm gonna try and make this as sincere and real as I possibly can, because I don't think I've ever really done that on this channel. And that kind of shocked me a lot. But I've never really made a video that was just me talking to you guys, because I don't know if that's something that you guys like. But I think right now in my life, I need it. And that sounds selfish to me, and I've never really done it because I always feel like a lot of you come to this channel to escape your problems and have me be that little bit of happiness and making you forget about all of your stuff. And I'm so thankful for that. Like, seriously, that's the whole reason I started this. I'm gonna be continuing to do that. But if you're having a really crappy day and you don't want to hear about me and my problems and what's going on in my life, I totally understand. You can go on to the next video. But for those of you who do care, first of all, thank you. I love you. And second of all, there's been a lot behind the scenes going on with me for probably my entire YouTube career that I've never really talked about. No huge news, nothing life-changing, but I think it would be therapeutic for me and possibly for you guys as an audience so that we can connect more, for you guys to see the real me for a couple minutes in a video and understand my life. So I actually wrote down some stuff that I wanted to talk about. And like I said, I'm gonna try and be as honest and real as I possibly can, because I feel like there's not enough of that in YouTube or in videos or in anything nowadays. Like in my videos, that's me. I don't put on a show, but it is a more amplified version of me. But then there's also this other side of me that's more chill and dealing with a lot. So anyway, I wrote a Twitter post about wanting to make this video, and it actually got so much support that thank you. You guys made me feel a lot more comfortable for doing this. Then I also saw a video that Markiplier did that was very similar. It's just him feeling very disconnected from his audience and wanting to say hi and have like a kind of one-on-one conversation like this. And I watched it and I felt more connected to him. And same with my friend Deligracy did it about her like bad week that she was having. Even the Dolan twins were making like a heartfelt video about how they felt. There's just something in the air, and I was like, this is enough of a sign that I should try to make one. All right, so getting right into it, I, especially in the past couple months, have had some particularly really bad days, like emotionally and mentally. And after, just mentally cataloging everything that's been going on the past couple months, why I have some mornings where I wake up just sad and like no matter what I do, I'm just sad all day. And then the next day I wake up and I'm fine. But then it just happens again every now and then, and I'm feeling terrible about it. I'm sure a lot of you can relate. I'll wake up feeling sad and I'm like, there's no need for me to be sad. I can't let other people know that I'm sad because then they're gonna be like, well, why? Why are you sad? You have such a good life. You have such a cool job. You have an awesome house. You have a husband and a dog. And then it makes you feel worse when you have those feelings of like, you shouldn't be sad. Stop being sad. Full disclosure, today I feel fine, so this is not one of those days. But I have my calendar, and I started realizing what had happened. So it all kind of started when we were supposed to be going to visit the St. Jude Children's Hospital, and I was so excited to do this. I had to miss out last year. I really wanted to go this year. I thought it would be such like an important moment for me to realize how much good making YouTube videos and even playing games actually does to people who really need it. And I also wanted a chance to give back. So I was super excited for that. The whole week before, I was prepping videos, working 2 weeks worth of work into 1 week. You know the drill. Or maybe you don't. Every time I go away the week before it, I am a crazy person. I have absolutely no free time because I'm cramming 2 weeks of work into 1 week. So anyway, we get to the airport, we check into our flight, and we find out that it's canceled. And then we spend 2 hours at the airport trying to figure out a way to make this work. Even going as far as to turn a 3.5-hour, 4-hour trip into an 8-hour trip by doing a layover somewhere. But the weather was causing so many cancellations and delays that even if we got to the layover, there was a high percentage chance that we would miss the second flight, and I had to be there the next morning to be able to partake in what they were doing. So after 2 hours of trying, we had to call it quits. We went home, and that was a really weird I think that's when I started having days where I woke up just sad for both Bobby and me, and I think that's where it started. That was the little drop in my head that started it. So then the week after that trip was supposed to happen, again, I was jumping back on the 2 weeks worth of work in 1 week so that I could leave the following week to go to Disney to do a brand deal out there. I actually got to bring my mom, which was really awesome. She's never really gotten to come to any on-location events that associates with my YouTube. So it was cool with her getting to see me in a professional setting for like one of the first times, besides just watching my videos. But yeah, that trip meant a lot to me and is definitely something I'll never forget with my mom for sure. Got back, found out like kind of last minute that I was going to be invited to an Apple event the next week. So once again, having to start another week of working 2 weeks into 1 week. And that was the week that the bath bomb incident happened. So already I'm coming off a big trip, a bunch of work, a really depressing trip that didn't work out. And then we caused thousands of dollars of damage to our bathroom, like immediately coming off that trip. And I know in the video you couldn't really tell, but it was one of the most stressful situations. We didn't know what to do. We felt so helpless. We didn't know if we like caused even more damage. Luckily we didn't. We caused a decent amount of damage, but there was nothing that wasn't fixable or replaceable. People keep asking me about this too. Thank you so much for your concern. The house is pretty much fixed. The only thing we have to do is we have to repaint the ceiling and put the light fixture back in, which is stuff we can do ourselves. We just haven't had time, which I'll get to. But yes, the house is okay. We took care of everything. We paid for everything. Bubbly Bell, the actual bath bomb company, helped raise money to fix it, which thank you so much. You guys are awesome. But yeah, that was going on. And then Bobby's parents' dog died that I've known ever since we started dating, and he's known even longer. So yeah, that was a great week. But somehow finished all my work and then traveled again to the Apple event. By the way, all these trips that I'm talking about, we're all on the West Coast, like across the country. Went to the Apple event, it was awesome. Again, came back, immediately had to leave again for another family trip that weekend, which I had known about. And then once again, another week of fitting 2 weeks worth of work into 1 week. So now you're kind of seeing a pattern of what my life has been like since the beginning of August. Go to the next week. I left again for the West Coast by myself this time and went to the San Diego Zoo for a really cool event and a video that's coming out in the next week or two. It was really fun. I got to see so many of my friends. I had a really good time out there. We went to TwitchCon too because it was right after the San Diego Zoo event and they had a chance to stream the beta. So I stayed extra, but during that trip, I don't know how to explain. I had so many friends. Obviously, like I met up with them a lot. They checked in on me a lot because I was by myself. So thank God for them. But there was a lot of moments where I was alone in the hotel room. I would go to breakfast alone. I had to rush out of the hotel the one morning to get over to the convention and stand in line by myself for like 40 minutes. There was a lot of time to like soul search. And I think being in a streamer environment kind of like made me feel out of place. And there's nothing that, I know it's all like mentally, it's all me. I know people aren't actually doing like making me feel that way. But I think when people see YouTube gamers, they're like, oh yeah, you're a streamer too, right? And it's two very, very different things. Just because you're good at streaming doesn't mean you're gonna be good at making YouTube videos. And just because you're good at YouTube videos doesn't mean you're gonna be good at streaming. And I've found that out for sure for me. I enjoy streaming every now and then, but I could never, ever do it as my job, ever. I know that. It's just not me. It's not, I like very edited, specific things that I'm gonna talk about, do, whatever. But yeah, being at like a streaming event, I kind of felt out of place. And on top of that, I was kind of like traveling alone and being alone a lot. So I got back, and this takes us now to last week. So last week I got back and I was trying to, you know, just get back into the rhythm of things. It was the first time I didn't have to start working ahead for a trip in 2 months. And I think my brain just kind of like melted into itself because it didn't know what to do. So I would wake up, I would have one day where I woke up really sad. I would have a day where I woke up really stressed. I had a day where I woke up and I was fine. The worst I was feeling was Saturday. I felt so, we had a friend over who's really close to us and he's awesome. And I woke up Saturday and I was just like, I'm sad. Like I just came out and said to Bobby and him, like, I feel so sad today, which is something I never really say because I don't want to bother people with how I'm feeling or make them feel like for some reason they did something to make me sad. But it was actually super helpful just talking it out helps so much. And then Sunday got a little better, and now we're in this past week that I gotta say was each day that went by, I felt more and more better. And I think it was because I was talking about it. I was venting to people like my friends, Bobby. Also, thank God for Bobby. Seriously, Bobby, thank you so much for letting me vent. I love you. But honestly, don't know where I'd be, especially mentally and emotionally, if I did not have him. So thank God for that. And now to you guys. You guys get the tail end of it now that I have kind of my thoughts figured out a little bit. But yeah, so in short, I think I traveled way too much and I had to prep way too much, and it like destroyed me a little bit in between. I could even tell in some photos I took during TwitchCon that I did not look myself. Like, I don't know if anybody else could tell, but I could tell that I just didn't seem all there. And then there was some videos I was putting out and I watched, and I again was like, I don't seem like myself in this video. Casey Neistat had put out a video recently that I watched, and he was talking about how he finally took a step back from YouTube and work and everything because he realized mentally, he would never admit it, but he was always putting his work first. His job, his creative work, everything was first, even before like his friends and family. I feel like that's how I've been without actually admitting it until right now. And in the past, even in the past like 2 weeks since I got home, my main objective has been to try and reconnect with my friends and my family and my own well-being, I guess. In Casey's video, he said that he was definitely like a workaholic, and I feel like I am also definitely a workaholic. I've never had an addictive personality to anything. Luckily, thank God, I've never had any sort of addictive feeling. But the only thing that I can feel like comes close to that is working. I've been working since I was 15. I've had so many different jobs. My first job was working a deli counter. I was a grocery store cashier. I was a restaurant hostess. I was a waitress. I worked at a clothing retailer. I was an intern while also working that retail job in college. I luckily got a job like soon after graduating college as an assistant to a very high up executive. And then I moved up into an executive administrative assistant working in professional sports and media, which I don't think I've ever actually talked about. Fine, I won't say exactly who I worked for. It's somebody very well known, so I don't want to bring them into this. You might be able to figure it out, but I used to work for the New York Knicks organization as an assistant for somebody there right before I started doing this full time. And I was doing this while I was also doing that job, and even today, I have no idea how I did that. How did I manage my time to do both of those things? The Knicks job was a 40 to 60 hour a week job. Like, I would work holidays, weekends, nights, in addition to regular work days, and did YouTube. I've always been wired to do as much as I possibly can until my body either physically or mentally can't take it, at the expense of my relationships and of myself and of my house. And I think after coming off all the travel and doing some mental like soul searching, I realized I had fallen back into that once again. And I know that it's some sort of addiction because even when Bobby and I were talking about it and he was like, just take off a week. You know your channel's gonna be fine. You've done it once before. Just take off a week. And in my mind, I'm like, yeah, I should do that. But then also I start getting really sad thinking about not working on the channel for a week. So I can't win. Either I work too much and then my brain turns to mush, or I don't work and I always think about work and I get really sad that I'm not working. So that's something that I'm working through currently. That's not something I've figured out. I'm not changing how I upload or what I'm hoping I can get to a point where I only upload when I have an amazing video or a really great idea. Like, I would love to only upload during those times, but I know myself and that I will still probably stick to the 4 videos a week. But if for some reason you see one less or even 2 less one week, hopefully you guys will kind of applaud me and be like, yay, Lauren, you took a break. You didn't upload for the sake of uploading. Good for you. Before I move on to the happier bit of what I wanted to talk about, because there are some changes that I'm making or have made that I want you guys to be aware of, because you might start noticing them. The other sad bit that I've been dealing with the past, well, one for years and the other one recently. So the day this video comes out is the day after I mark 15 years that my dad passed away. which is October 13th. So yesterday. So October is always a really not great month for me, even though it's one of my favorite seasons. I always have this thing that like bad luck happens in October. It's also the month that I've had a couple other family members either pass away in October or find out about a really terrible illness. But I think this 15-year mark is one of the hardest, not just because it's 15 years, that's an insane amount of time that has passed, but I'm 30, if you guys didn't know, oh my God, meaning that every single day, like today, when this video comes out, today and every day forward, I've lived more of my life now without my dad. And it's crazy to like say that out loud and even think about that. Holy crap. What? So I'm dealing with that today. Obviously not when I'm filming this, but when this goes out. And I also found out that my uncle, who's been dealing with cancer, is not doing well. October continues to be not a great month for me, even though I love Halloween and the seasons around it. Like, thank God for those. But yeah, so now you guys are aware, and it's nothing that you guys can do or have done. Like, this is not at all anything. Like, I know I'm gonna get comments below that's like, take a break, it's fine. And I know, I know that the big community of you guys that actually cares about me as a person, in addition to my content, like I know that you guys are cool with that. It's more so me needing to work out my own stuff. So yeah, that's the whole first part of what I wanted to talk about. There's been days where I haven't been okay, and that's okay. Like, I want to remind my viewers and people who connected with me that I'm not happy and excited all the time. I'm sure you guys know that, but just as like a little reminder. I might seem like I have everything put together, but I don't. And most people that you watch on here don't either. All right, and now that I've gotten through all the more sad bits of what I wanted to talk about, here's some more happy bits and things that you should be aware of that I am starting to do. So the first biggest one, thank God that we started this. We started it in mid-July. We started seeing a personal trainer and going to the gym and eating healthy, right, like every week. And traveling has been kind of messing me up, but nowhere near as bad as it would have if we wouldn't start this. So I was never the type of person that liked working out. I hated going to the gym. I hated taking time out of my work schedule to go to the gym. And then when I was at the gym, I didn't really enjoy it. I only enjoyed the after bit where I'd be like, wow, I accomplished something. So Bobby and I, for a long time, have been wanting to find like a personal trainer that we can work with that will motivate us to go. Luckily, mid-July, we found a really nice health club gym that was near our house, and we got signed up with a personal trainer who surprisingly knew who I was from YouTube. But like, thank God we got this specific trainer. He was like super positive, energetic, would just push you to do stuff you did not want to do, but like, I don't know, made it somewhat fun, I guess. As fun as exercise could possibly be. And he knew a lot about YouTube and gaming, so we had that to talk about while everything was going on. But Bobby and I were both seeing him. We were making really, really good progress. All of us pretty much became like friends. And then I went to San Diego for my last trip, and I was like telling Bobby before I left, I was like, I can't wait to get home from this trip and just buckle down on the gym and like giving myself some relaxing time and just working on me finally. And then the day after I got to San Diego, I got a call from Bobby saying that our personal trainer wasn't gonna be training us anymore. And I was like, what? So basically he got a new position and he had to leave like immediately for it. But I know that he sometimes watches my videos, so hi James. And I talked to him on the phone while I was in San Diego, and I was already dealing with a lot. And then I was like, oh great, more change, yay, love the change. Obviously like awesome opportunity for him, but it was just like the timing was just insane. Anytime I go away too is when I usually find out bad stuff. Or come back from travel and flood my house. It's just what happens. So during my trip when I found that out, I was like, well, screw it. I'm just gonna like not work out and eat a bunch. That was my mentality for a couple hours until I like smartened up. I was like, no, you've done too much. You've come too far. Don't do that. So yeah, that was bumming me out a lot, which felt stupid to talk about because I was like, it's a personal trainer though. But at the same time, it's somebody that you're seeing. I was seeing him like 3 to 4 times a week and talking a lot. And like they kind of see you in your most vulnerable states in the beginning, and they're like trying to make you more confident and strong. And like then they're just gone. Luckily for us, it's worked out. We have a new trainer now who also sometimes watches my videos. So hi, Matt, who's also really awesome and fun to talk to and has been keeping us on track. And then in addition, we've still been talking to like our old trainer. We've actually hung out outside of like gym sessions, like just hanging out for the sake of hanging out as like friends. So I think that helped a lot. Just not him being just gone. But I got muscles, guys, now. I have muscles. I don't know. Let's see. Can we see? Well, I'm not really flexing, but I was trying to show this little dip here. Never had that. Have this like bicep muscle. Never had that. You can see my collarbones. Oh, love that. Love when you start working out and you start seeing some definition. Or not start working out. I've been working out 3 to 4 times a week, every single week since mid-July. But this time working out has been more focusing on toning and strength and muscle definition, which is more long-term anyway than just dropping weight. Almost all of my YouTube career, myself, like me, my well-being, my physical well-being, my mental well-being, my emotional well-being has always been on the back burner. Like it was family and friends, work, doing YouTube on the side until that turned into work, focusing on the house, getting this new house. I've always put like working out and working on myself on the side because I was always like, I'll have time for that another time, but I didn't until I made time. So now I'm making time to work out and I feel freaking fantastic. Like I said, thank God I was also working out during all this travel. It was one of the first times that I traveled that much and did not get sick. Knock on wood. It's not wood. Crap. But yeah, did not get sick, have had way more energy even with everything going on. The other thing that I'm gonna be working on soon that you guys are gonna notice in videos possibly is my teeth. So I had braces when I was 12 or 13, maybe? Long time ago. And as a lot of you know that have worn braces, you're supposed to wear a retainer, like for the rest of your life. I had no idea. I know in the beginning they tell you should wear it a lot and then you should wear it at night, but then you're supposed to wear it at night for like the rest of your life. I obviously did not do that because I went through high school and I went through college and I was like, gross, not doing that. And now I'm paying for it. My teeth have started to shift. So they're not, you might be like, Lauren, what do you mean you're working on your teeth? They look fine. You might start to notice that I have a gap that has started in between my 2 front teeth. Also, my bottom teeth have started to shift, that they've started to overlap in the front. So it's not a huge deal right now, but if I leave it the way that it is, it's just gonna keep getting worse. My top teeth are just gonna keep slowly separating over the years at the top, and these are just gonna keep coming right in. So Lauren, how are you going to fix this? Do you have to get braces? Oh God, no. I'm not going through that again. But similarly, I am getting Invisalign. I went and got the molds done for it and the photos, which it was not fun. And then next month I will be going in to get, so they put these like clear brackets kind of on your teeth. So that's probably what you're gonna notice in videos because I'm most likely gonna take the actual trays out because it causes like a lisp, at least in the beginning. So you might see like something a little off with my teeth, but you probably won't really notice unless you really try. So yes, in November, I'm gonna be getting Invisalign. I don't know how long yet. I'm hoping maybe 6 or 7 months worth because I don't need that much, which is something I've really needed to do. I didn't go to the dentist for 2 years, guys, for 2 years. And I went and I had to get 4 freaking fillings. So that's how much I was not taking care of myself. Wasn't going to the dentist, wasn't going to my checkups, yeah. And even like my hair, well, my hair right now actually looks kind of nice, but I'm way overdue for a haircut, getting that next week. I'm just trying to like remake myself healthy-ish because I've never really concentrated on me, like my well-being, and or at least have that be a top priority of mine. And this is the first time that I'm doing that. And I feel a lot better since realizing that I need to do that, and I am going to be doing that. Like I've even been getting into like astrology because my one friend that was visiting when I was having my like sad weekend, we were even with him and we were with my old trainer that I was talking about. They were talking about astrology and it got me so into astrology as a way of not living my life, obviously. I don't really believe that you should live your life based on the astrology, but I got my whole astrological profile and it's scary spot on. But it's a way that you can look at what your strengths and your weaknesses are. Like my weaknesses are overworking, getting burnt out, putting others before myself, Yep. I also need to work on knowing that not everybody thinks the way that I think. I am very much run by emotions. I'm a very logical, analytical thinker, but when it comes to relationships with people, I think everybody is overanalyzing things in an emotional way, even though it's just me. Like, I'm just doing that. So I was using astrology more so just to like kind of understand myself a little bit more, just by reading what's supposed to be me and being like, yep, that's pretty much me. And then kind of trying to work on my personality flaws that are holding me back or making me feel not mentally healthy. What other future stuff? I feel like I'm gonna have to edit so much out because I've been rambling like crazy. Or this is just a really long video. And if you're still here, thank you. I honestly love, like seriously love you. If you sat through me just talking for however long this video ends up being, holy crap, I love you. Please follow me on all my socials. I want to be friends, like legit friends. It's all in the description. Just go down there. But yeah, what else? I am traveling again, but it's the last week of October and I'm actually really looking forward to it. It's partly like YouTube work related, but maybe only for a day and a half, and we're gonna stay for a whole week so I can go see my old boss that I was talking about, that I was an assistant for, that I'm not gonna say who it is. But they live in LA and I really miss them and I can't wait to have dinner with them. I have a lot of friends that live out there, my network lives out there, and I just want to have time to like work on building my relationships a bit more. I think that's also building myself up mentally and physically, being healthy, but also making myself have more healthy relationships. I would be so overworked and busy that like the last thing on my mind was going to hang out with friends. It became like a burden. Like if something was coming up, I was like, oh my God, but I have to do work. I have to work. And instead of like not looking forward to it because I'd rather either be able to do nothing finally or work, I am just trying to let go of that mindset because it's not healthy. I think this month, 1 year ago, marks when I started not uploading every day. And that has been super healthy for me. I don't know how I would have kept up with every single day uploads. I can barely keep up with the 4. And I think I'm gonna try and limit it. Like I'm gonna always shoot for 4, but if I don't have 4 amazing ideas, then what's the point? And it's funny, after I stopped doing daily uploads and just focused on, well, first I was doing 5, then I cut it down to 4. 4 really amazing videos right around the weekend. My channel blew up. Like right after that, it was already doing good and then it just did so much better. So a lot of people feel like they need to upload all the time to like keep their numbers up. And I was worried about it too. It was definitely something I was gonna try out, and if it wasn't working out, then I'd try to go back to daily uploads. But because I was able to focus on 4 videos and make them as good as possible, it helped my channel and my mental state so much. I can't recommend it enough, seriously. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I think I even like, I don't know if you've seen my demeanor change over the course of this video, because I can kind of feel it, that my demeanor and like mood changed over the course of this video, but this was super helpful for me. And I hope, especially if you're still watching now, that it was helpful for you to get a sense of like who I actually am outside of just being funny, weird me, which will not change. That's me, that's my brand. That's who I am, this is what I like to do. But you guys have been one of the biggest parts of my entire life. So why not let you guys know how I've been doing, what I've been doing, and how I've been feeling, because I love you guys. But that's it. If you enjoy these talking videos, then feel free to leave a like, and maybe I can do them whenever I need to. Feel free to leave comments if you ever feel the way that I've talked about feeling. It's okay to share your feelings. The community here is usually really nice and will respond to you, if not me myself, if I'm not able to. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. My other content is nothing like this. And as always, I will see you guys soon.